Hi guys, there's Yuke from立命館University. Today's video is about the animal experiments and the current status of laboratory animals. If you are interested in it, keep watching and I hope you can enjoy it. First of all, I have a few questions for you. Have you ever done animal experiments? Do you know what the animal experiment is like now? Do you know how many animals are used for animal experiments every year? If you say you don't know the details of animal experiments or you don't have the chance to do that, that's okay. Perhaps most people who saw this video have not done animal experiments, and their understanding of it is only the experiments on animals. So next I will introduce the overview of animal experiments. Animal experiments are scientific experiments conducted with animals, except humans, to verify the effects of individual factors on the physiology or behavior of the tested animals, and to compare them with the state of the same species in the natural environment. Its role is to evaluate the effectiveness of new drugs, test consumer and industrial products, such as cosmetics, household cleaners, food additives, pharmaceuticals, and industrial pesticides. And here is a selection of common animal procedures. In fact, each country is allowed to use different types of animals. Many different species are used around the world, but the most common include mice, fish, rats, rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters, farm animals, birds, cats, dogs, millipedes, and non-human primates, such as monkeys, and in some countries, chimpanzees also can be used. There are many controversies about animal experiments. All procedures, even classified as mild procedures, may cause physical and psychological distress and pain in animals. The procedure often causes a lot of pain. Most animals are killed at the end of the experiment, but some animals can be reused in subsequent experiments. Secondly, animal testing consumes time and resources, limits the number of detectable substances, knows little about the behavior of chemical substances in the body, and in many cases cannot correctly predict human responses in the real world. Similarly, health scientists are increasingly questioning the relevance of research aimed at simulating human disease by artificially creating symptoms in other animal species. Next, we are moving on to how to deal with laboratory animals. More than 100 million animals are used in animal experiments every year, and most of them will be euthanized after the experiments. But not all animal experiments are necessary, and we can take some measures to save them. The principles of the 3 R's, including replacement, reduction, and refinement, were developed more than 50 years ago to provide a framework for conducting more humane animal research. Since then, they have been incorporated into national and international regulations regarding the use of animals in scientific procedures, as well as the policies of organizations that fund or conduct animal research. The content of the 3 R's. Replacement is to achieve the same scientific purpose. Non-animal methods are preferred over animal methods. For example, the computer modelings. Reduction is a method that enables researchers to obtain comparable levels of information from fewer animals or to obtain more information from the same number of animals. And the last one, refinement. This is a method of reducing or minimizing potential pain, suffering, or distress, and enhancing the animal welfare of the animals used. For example, non-invasive techniques. In fact, in recent years, people have gradually realized the importance of protecting animals, so many organizations have launched some activities to protect animals. Almost every country has organizations that actively follow the 3Rs principles, such as the NC3Rs. The NC3Rs is a UK-based scientific organization. They fund research through grants and early career awards, correct their open innovation platform, and commercialize 3R technology. In Japan, there are organizations that also follow and promote the 3Rs principles. The Japanese Society for Alternatives to Animal Experiments is also called JSAAE. It's a scientific organization that undertakes research, development, education, and surveillance activities for promoting international acceptance of the 3Rs as guiding principles for the proper use of animals in scientific testing. And as an international organization, the Humane Society International, as you can see from the introduction, their business is very wide. Almost all of the world has animal protection programs. For example, in the United States, they have plans to ending cosmetics animal testing and mean to use alternative methods to conduct cosmetics testing. So how can we deal with the laboratory animals? In my opinion, most scientific research still require animal experiments. As far as the current situation is concerned, complete abolition is very difficult. What most organizations are doing now is to protect the animals used in experiments as much as possible. With these efforts, I think it can be specific to the following aspects. The first one is strict management of animal experiments in commercial, for example, medical and cosmetics companies. The second one is laboratory animals that don't need to be euthanized after the experiment can be used as pets to find adoptive families. And the third one is through education, let more people know how much laboratory animals have contributed to the progress of scientific research. These are my viewpoints. In fact, the implementation of these proposals still requires efforts of all parties, and as I mentioned earlier, there are many organizations that are working hard to save laboratory animals, and I believe that with the development of technology, there will be better ways to replace animal experiments. If you have other good ideas or you want to participate in these activities, you can do it by contacting these organizations. That's all. Thank you for your watching. Bye bye.